Hi everyone, Jen Holt here at Inspired by Purpose to bring you your pose of the day. Today's pose is called Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or upward facing dog, also called seal in the Yen tradition. And there are some slight variances, I'll show those to you. This pose is a great opener for the chest and the shoulders. We move into a back bend. We also get a little stretch on the fronts of the legs. If you've got neck, shoulder, or back stuff going on today, you just want to be cautious with this. We do also place pressure on the hands, so make sure that you're gentle with your wrists. If you've got wrist stuff going, you might modify this or save it for another day. So to get started, we're just gonna come on down onto our abdomen, all the way down onto the mat. Toes are untucked, so the tops of my toes are down. Now the first thing that I'm gonna do is take the shoulders up, back, and down. We want the shoulders back and away. We don't want them rounded forward. Then I'm gonna press my hands into the mat to start to rise up. You may not be ready to come all the way this high, so you might stay a little bit lower. You can have your elbows bent, reaching the chest forward, shoulders back and down, or you could take your Sphinx variation with the forearms all the way down onto the mat. Now, if the hands are down, we're rolling shoulders back and down. Chest is reaching forward. So think about taking your shoulder blades a little closer together on your back body, lifting chest forward and up. So I've got the tops of my thighs down, which means I'm in a more of the seal or yen variation. I could soften this or make it a little gentler by taking the hands further away from my body, which is gonna give me less of a back bend. You can also widen out your stance with your hands if that's more supportive for you today. Now, if I was in the full upward facing dog pose, in my more active yoga tradition, tops of the toes are pressing down and the tops of the thighs are lifting as I reach my chest forward. So it's almost like you wanted to pull yourself through your arms. Shoulders are squeezing back together. So no rounding forward, squeeze the shoulders back, lifting the top of the head, chest coming forward and through. Tops of the pelvis, tops of the thighs are lifted, but dipping down to the mat to create that back bend. Now, take a couple of breaths there. We don't typically hold that one for very long, so you don't need to stay for very long. After that pose, you might like to take a little child's pose, taking the hips back to the heels. That's just gonna help reset the spine. Rest the shoulders, relax the jaw. So that was our pose of the day. It's a great back bend, great way to play with opening up the spine and the chest. I'll show you one other variation. Now, if you prefer, you can also use the wall, and you could either do this kneeling or even standing by pushing the hips into the wall, lifting the chest up, fingertips or palms are on the wall, and I'm pushing the wall away. If I was standing, it would look very much the same. Hips are coming forward and top of the head is coming back. So just make sure that when we're coming into our back bend, that the tailbone is lengthening down and we're not crunching through the lower spine. If you get any lower back pain, then you want to come out. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to drop them below. I hope to see you here in center or online very soon. Thanks so much for joining me today.